GMOs are something that is really, really hard to get rid of from our diet. But for the first time ever, a major restaurant chain has given priority on our health over their profit. Another loss for the biotech industry and for greedy corporate America. This is a real game changer. Chipotle Mexican Grill has rejected all GMOs and as of today is now serving all non-GMO ingredients in its foods. Nick, this is pretty cool. Finally, we have a fast food chain that we can go and be sure and safe when indulging in some delicious Mexican food.
I personally am a taco lover myself, taco eater, taco enthusiast. I do dabble in the burrito every now and then. But this is really cool because we're kind of seeing, I think, in my opinion, the future of fast food. You can still have a huge chain operating all over the world, maybe internationally, I don't know if they are, but that is clean and healthy food. It doesn't mean that just because you're a major corporation, you have GMOs.
Do you think we're gonna see another major chain, another major restaurant chain apply this?
Not as soon, not that soon, but potentially I think that would be really
Hopefully,
cool.
because now we're seeing a contrast with Chipotle. Chipotle is a rising brand. They've been creating brand loyalty through first labeling GMOs, then now rejecting them altogether. And we contrast that with McDonald's, the godfather of fast food, if you will, that they are seeing declining sales quarter after quarter, a crisis. They move their menu, they put more things, they take things out. Why? Because people do not want to eat your crappy food. They don't want to eat these fake, full of preservative foods. And to that, Steve Ailes, the founder and co-chief executive of Chipotle, had this to say, and I quote, "This is another step towards the visions we have of changing the way people think about and eat fast food. Just because food is served fast doesn't mean it has to be made with cheap raw ingredients, highly processed with preservatives and fillers and stabilizers and artificial colors and flavors." So we are seeing this trend. Not only them, but big food companies are going non-GMO. Whole Foods said we are going to get rid of GMO food in our aisles in 2018, but Chipotle is doing it today. And I think this is great. Why? Because these companies are really reaching out to every corner of the country. You find a Chipotle, you find a Burger King, you find a McDonald's everywhere. If these companies commit to healthy food that is not processed, we will see an improvement on obesity rates, diabetes rates. Why? Because people that is in working class environments, they need the efficiency, they need the fast access to food that is healthy, but now as it is, they are eating all this crap.
Because it's cheap. The majority of people can't afford to go to Whole Foods in these kinds of places.
Exactly.
But you mentioned Burger King, McDonald's, spending all over the world, all over the country, whatever. You know what? If these one chain, like Chipotle, for example, that makes a huge difference because millions of people are enjoying that food all over the country. If everyone did it, look at the sheer amount of people whose health would significantly improve, like companies like Starbucks, for example. If they started using creamers and milks that weren't filled with all these antibiotics and all this crap, look at the millions of people all over the world that drink it, they would probably feel a lot better and be a lot better for their health. So yes, it's one restaurant, but it affects millions of people.
I think so. And it's not an easy thing. To make your company or your food company non-GMO, this is something that is hard because GMOs lurk in everything: baking powder, cornstarch, ingredients that are used as preservative, coloring agents, vitamins, and now in commodities like canola and soy oil.
But they have a head start.
They had a head start because they only use 68 ingredients. So from the get-go, their mindset is, let's make some wholesome, good food. And this is not a Chipotle commercial. This is just the fact that we need to understand that the way we get our food in this country is closely related to corporate America and how they decide to source the food to the country. So the fact that there's one company that is giving us at least proper food, it's something to celebrate, and hopefully pressure the other companies that have multiple restaurants around the country and the world in some cases to give us proper food. Let us know what you think. If you agree and want to pressure all of the fast food companies to use non-GMO, let us know in the comments, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the Lip TV.